I have a question for you, Jane. What is it? I'm in the next room, so you don't have to text me. What a weird girl. What kind of guys are you into? What a strange question. Well, it's hard to put into words, but I'd like him to be tall, clean, and works for an IT company or something like that. It's still too hard for me to understand. You probably like smart people, don't you? For example, Tommy, your senior. How did you notice that? I can tell by looking at you. Your attitude is so obvious. Really? Actually, I like Tommy too. What? Again? Why do you always like the guy I like? Are you harassing me? Of course not. Do you need a reason to like someone? It's just that the person I like happens to be the one you like too. What do you mean? I'm not going to confess my love to Tommy anyway, so it's okay. I see. I think I'll confess to him. If you want to, go ahead. I'm just kidding. I don't have that kind of guts since I'm just a junior high school student. How are you? I know you're reading this message, aren't you? Please don't ignore me. Sorry, I didn't reply because I didn't recognize your icon. Who are you? I can't believe you didn't recognize me. It's me, Ashley. Huh? Are you really Ashley? Yes, I'm your little sister. How dare you texted me as if nothing has happened. I cut ties with you a year ago. I don't want to cut ties with you. You're my only sister. I will always cherish you no matter what. Stop talking nonsense. Do you remember what you have done to that precious big sister of yours? I'll never forgive you. I'm sorry about that, but I had no choice. You gotta be kidding me. He and I were about to get married. We had been planning the wedding, and we even set the date. As soon as you found out that he and I were getting married, you took him away from me. That's unforgivable. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But you know, I'm glad you didn't marry him. He doesn't have a good personality. That's not the point. What I'm mad about is that you took him away from me. You have no idea about how hard it was for me, do you? Well, I'm glad I left him anyway. Right? I got sick of him after a month. I know he wasn't a good guy, but I still can't forgive you. You were always attracted to the man I was in love with. What the hell is wrong with you? Don't hang around me anymore. Don't be so cold. I have something I have to tell you. What is it? It's not a good thing, is it? No, thank you then. Why? Don't you want to hear your little sister's latest news? I don't need you to report anything to me. I've cut you off. I don't even want to hear from you because you're a nobody. I don't want you to contact me anymore. Bye. Hey, wait a minute. I'm getting married. I see. Congratulations. It's none of my business, so don't contact me anymore. Jane, I haven't finished my story yet. Can you please reply to me so I can continue? I really need to talk to you. What is it? It's none of my business if you're getting married or divorced. What do you have to report? I'm carrying a new life in me. A baby? That's great. Congratulations. What's that got to do with me? Your baby is not my nephew or niece, since I've cut ties with you. No, it's not that. It's about the father of the child. Maybe it's someone you know? Huh? Tall, clean-looking, and works in IT company. No way. Did you get it? Maybe it's just as you're expecting. I'm sorry, but I'm pregnant with your boyfriend's child, so he's mine. The father of the child is Stuart. You're kidding, right? No, I'm not. Stuart was supposed to marry you, right? How did you find out about that? I didn't tell anyone. I saw you and him walking together. When? About 3 months ago. After both of you parted, I secretly followed Stuart. I followed him entering a famous IT company, so I noticed right away. Are you thinking of taking away my boyfriend again? That's what I'm talking about. How many times are you planning to do the same thing to me? But I can't break up with him because I'm pregnant with his child. I'm sorry for taking away your boyfriend again. However, I wish I could get your blessing since we're getting married. I can't believe it. How did you become his girlfriend? I ambushed him in front of the company and made my first approach. How did you recognize him among so many employees? Because I took a picture with my phone camera the moment he turned around while I was following him. I recognized him as soon as I saw his face. I can't believe you're a person who does that kind of nasty thing. You're too good at what you do. I know that. The more I look at him, the more I realize that he's my type. Is that so? He has a mole on his lower eyelid, right? It's so charming that I fell in love with him at first sight. A mole? Oh, yeah. He fell in love with me right away. And as a result, I ended up stealing your boyfriend away from you. I'm so sorry. How much do you have to take away from me? I can't forgive you. I can't break up with Stuart no matter what. The child in my belly is innocent, so I'm going to have the baby. A child needs a father, right? I'm an adult, so let me warn you. Do you really know about his true personality? What are you talking about? What kind of personality and hobbies he has? Also, what kind of work he does at the company? I don't have to ask him about that. He works for that famous IT company. You really chose a good boyfriend. My future is secure now. How much pain do you want to put me through? If you're having a baby, there's nothing I can do. So leave me alone now. Jane? I have something to tell you. Reply to me. Please? You're so persistent, Ashley. Hey, I told you to leave me alone already, didn't I? I'd love to, but we have a wedding date. Before my belly is getting bigger, we decided to have it at the beginning of next month, just for family members. Really? Congratulations. I'm not your relative, so if you'll excuse me now. Wait a minute! You're not going to attend the wedding? Why should I attend? I told you it has nothing to do with me. Because you're my only sister. I'm not your sister because I already cut ties with you. Don't be so cold. You know Stuart too, so I want you to celebrate our marriage. I want you to see our happiness with your own eyes. You're so heartless. I really can't believe it, but I just can't go to the wedding. Is it because I took him away from you? That's part of it, but I have plans that day. It's been decided 6 months in advance and I can't move it, so I can't attend your wedding. Even if I could, I wouldn't. What? Why not? I wanted to show your happy faces. You really are so mean. But I'm still hoping for a chance. I'm sure you'll come. I believe in you. Impossible. Jane, all the relatives are here. You're coming to the wedding too, right? Huh? I told you I couldn't go, didn't I? Oh, you're really not coming? Well, I know I have a drawback that I took your boyfriend away from you, but I still want you to witness our wedding. That's why I can't go. Why not? Because I'm overseas right now. Overseas? Why? Actually, I just got married overseas. I'm now on my honeymoon. What do you mean? Could it be that you've lost your mind because I'm pregnant with your boyfriend's child? No, my boyfriend is with me. What? But Stuart is at this wedding right now. I know that Stuart is over there. My husband's name is Stephen. I really don't get it. They are twins. Twins? Yes, Stuart is Stephen's twin brother. But he works for that famous IT company. Yes, that company is their father's company. No kidding. Does that mean Stephen is the CEO's son? Yes, he is. But Stuart never said anything about that. I guess he couldn't say it out loud. Why not? I didn't hear too many details either. Unlike Stephen, Stuart had a very bad behavior since he was a student. Bad behavior? Yes, he kept going to the red light districts and got into debt. He also gambled by withdrawing money from his father's account. Debts? Gambling? That's right. His father warned him many times, but he didn't listen to him. His father decided to cut ties with him. That's a lie! You're making up your own story to get back at me for taking away your boyfriend. I'm not lying. Then why did he come out of that famous IT company that day? Maybe he came to ask his father for money? I heard Stuart is always in trouble because he doesn't have enough money to make ends meet. What did you say? You were dating him and you didn't notice? That's why I told you should check out his personality, hobbies, and the company he works for. I told you that you should do your research in advance. I thought he works for a famous IT company, so I had no doubts about him. Besides, I thought he was your boyfriend. You're such a jerk. So you knew he was Stuart, not Stephen. Yeah, I had a vague idea from what you said. You said he had a mole on his lower eyelid. Stuart and Stephen are twins, and they really do look alike. But it's that mole that makes them instantly recognizable. A mole? Stuart has a mole on his lower eyelid, but Stephen doesn't. That's why I recognized him right away. Then why did you tell me right away? Because it's none of my business. Moreover, how can I tell you that when you're pregnant? You can't just leave him since you're going to have a baby, can you? I might have been able to do something about it at the time. Besides, I didn't hear about you getting married. That's because I didn't tell anyone. Because I never know when or where it might leak out to you. I haven't even told Mom and Dad yet, I'm going to go back and report it once we get married overseas. What do you mean, once you go back? Oh, Steven's father's company is going to set up an overseas branch. So Steven has been appointed as the manager of that branch. I'm going to live in Australia after our marriage. You gotta be kidding me! I've met Stuart once or twice and he's very easy to talk to. But he's a womanizer, spends a lot of money and has debts. Steven said that he's cut off all communication with Stuart. His parents disown Stuart, so he doesn't consider them family. Oh my God! Hey, what am I supposed to do? Your baby is your top priority, right? You have to do your best to raise your child. No, I can't live together with someone like Stuart. There's no way I can do that. Stuart said he works for that famous IT company. I thought we wouldn't have any financial problems, and yet... There's nothing you can do to change the fact. Anyway, the wedding is starting soon, isn't it? Your relatives are getting together, right? Then you have no choice but to get married today. But something's not right. What's not right? Stuart's parents and relatives have arrived here earlier. That can't be true. His parents have cut ties with him. And no one from my husband's family members told me that you're going to have a child and get married to Stuart. I think they are fake people hired to act as family members. What? How did Stuart manage to get the money? I don't know. Maybe he went into debt again. Huh? How much debt does he have? I have no idea. But he said he had 10 million debt at the time he was disowned. Maybe it's even more inflated now. 10 million? Who's going to pay that back? Well, Stuart, of course. If you two get married, then both of you will have to pay for that. Maybe that's why he decided to get married to you. What? I don't want to get married to a person like him. I don't have any debt, so why should I have to pay back such a large sum of money? I don't know what you want me to say. You need to discuss that with Stuart. We need to buy things for the baby and also pay for labor-related stuff. Now is not the time to be paying off debt. You're right. But I'm sure you can work before child labor. You want to save up before the baby is born, don't you? I can't do that. I was going to marry an IT guy and be a stay-at-home mom. I don't want to work. So you want to go further into debt? It's going to be harder and harder to pay back the debt. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me. Jane, don't say that and help me. I can't marry Stuart. It's time for the wedding to start, isn't it? You need to go. Everyone will be waiting for you. I don't want to. I can't marry him. Then what about your child? I'll raise the child alone. It's better than going into a lot of debt. If that's what you think, why don't you do it? It's none of my business, so you can do whatever you want. I'm getting out of here. Jane, you have to help me. I can't. Why not? I told you I can't do anything because I'm overseas right now. Why don't you have your husband contact Stuart? I'm going to be his sister-in-law anyway. Please, I really need your husband to tell his brother that I'm not marrying him. Stop it. It's none of Steven's business. He has cut off all ties with Stuart. He's not even in contact with him. Why don't you just convince him? You're my sister, right? I'm in trouble, so please help me. You're too brazen. I'm not your sister since I've cut ties with you. Why should I do that for a stranger like you? You don't have to be so cold. I'm going to live an unhappy life, so help me. Huh? Stop talking nonsense. You're the one who put me in the bottom pit of unhappiness. Do you know how it feels to have your boyfriend taken away from you on the verge of marriage? I'm sorry about that, so please do something and help me. It's too late now. I fell into the depths of unhappiness, and that's why I'm happy now. If I hadn't met Steven, I might not be here now. Then you're lucky. You should be thanking me, right? I'm the one who put you in the bottom of misery. Don't be silly. You have no idea what I went through. Not only that time, but this time you tried to take him away from me too. I'll never forgive you. But you're getting married to Steven, right? Then you can forgive me. I refuse. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. I won't help you and I won't have anything to do with you anymore. That's terrible. If I marry Stuart, I'm going to hell. You're the one who made all those strange tricks to make that happen. You must have been the perfect prey for Stuart. You were lucky to have a friend to work with, weren't you? Both of you would make a great couple. Stop making weird jokes and do something about it. I told you I can't do it. There's nothing I can do about it anymore. We're on vacation after our wedding overseas. You have to take care of yourself. Oh no! Help me, Jane! I told you I would never forgive you. I'll block your number and delete all of your messages too after this. I'm going overseas, so I won't need the apps anymore. Well then, you'll have to take care of yourself. I hope everything goes well. Jane, wait! Please help me somehow, please! You're the only one I can count on. Impossible. After this, Ashley escaped from the wedding hall on her own, with her wedding dress on. Thanks to our parents' persuasion, her marriage to Stuart was called off, but there was nothing they could do about her child. After talking it over with our parents, they decided to raise the child together while living at our family's home. However, since it was my sister's selfish reason to cancel the wedding, she will be charged for the cancellation fee, cleaning and repair costs of the stained wedding dress. In addition to that, in order to cover the costs of the birth of the baby, Ashley had to work a part-time job to pay for the delivery of the baby. She longed to be a stay-at-home mom, but after the baby was born, she would need to work even more. All of this is the result of what she caused, so she deserved it. I returned from my honeymoon after the wedding, and after we reported our marriage to each other's parents, we immediately left for our new place of residence. I am now enjoying life in Australia with my husband.